Let's run it. 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 Can you all hear me? Let's run it. Get in here. Get in here. Everybody get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Everybody get in here. It's time for a legendary show. Hello, mother. All right, we finna run it. Okay. What is it? Listen, it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. I gotta clean the studio. It's kind of hot in here. And it's hotter online. All right. So we about to get into it. I got me a little 1800 and a little what is this? A little mango cocktail juice. But yeah, I got a little time today. So we're gonna get into, well, what we've already known. Those of you all that watch this show, you know, you guys really be kind of getting the tea a little bit earlier. You just can't get it all the way wet like that. It's going to kind of be a little bit dry at first, but it's still enough to palate the throat, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So now we about to really talk about it today. We got Sukihana whacking JT. Bow, bow, bow. JT mute. Like nothing ever happened. What's the tea? JT, what's going on with Nicki and JT? Because something is telling me, and I'm trying not to be that person, but something in that milk ain't clean. We'll talk about it in a little bit. And Ice Spice's friendly fire has been revealed. All right. Ice Spice is alleging that Nicki Minaj is jealous of her and delusional. She's also alleging that she is the reason that Nicki Minaj is on the Barbie World soundtrack and was on the Barbie World song. It was her opportunity that she gave Nicki Minaj, which I told you guys that, and Nicki should be grateful because she's technically ungrateful and hard to talk to. Something kind of like her mother. Okay? So it's a lot to unpack here, and we're going to talk about it. All right. First, we're going to get into Sukihana and JT. All right, so I'm not going to put the text messages up here because Sukihana is extremely vulgar. I love her, but you know, the AI is so crazy now. Like, I don't know if you guys checked it, but if you go, don't be cursing in the chat either, because you know now if you click out and you click back in, the AI pops up and gives you a summary of what the chat is about. I don't know if you guys tried that. So if people are just kind of coming into the show and they don't know what's going on, it gives you a note on what's going on. So I'm not going to put up on screen what Sukihana said, but I'll read it to you. So, okay, a few days ago, you know, JT dropped, well, it's been over a week now. Yeah. So a week ago, JT dropped her record, Okay. Now, I haven't really checked and seen how it was doing on the charts or whatever, but it's been getting a lot of buzz. A lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people have their feelings, their thoughts about it. Now, there was a specific line about crab legs and veneer and cheap veneers and a woman talking too much. Now, everybody thought that JT was dissing Cardi B. I felt like that was a Cardi B whack. Now, people were saying, well, actually, you know, Sukihana actually broke her tooth on a crab leg. So Sukihana then came out and said, hey, JT, are you talking about me? Can you please address it? I then made a video and I said JT should definitely address it because Sukihana came out politely and said, hey, if you're talking about me, let me know. And if not, you know, let it be known, like, who you talking about? Because at the end of the day, people are tagging me and I thought it was cool. We ain't got no pressure. I've been to your birthday party. We kicked it. We are from Miami. You know what I mean? What's the vibe? JT has not made a statement or said anything. 2 days went by. Then Sukihana came out and said, you know, please pray for me because JT's lips used to be so white. Number one. Then she said she got a face, but she on coke. Okay. So, you know what that means. she's alleging that JT is on the cocaine. Okay. And so now people are like, well, why is JT not saying anything? Why did she clear up the Suki thing? Here's my thought on this. JT is one of the, and I like JT and I like her attitude, but JT is ghetto. JT doesn't even know if she's American or not. So you can't expect her to, she's ignorant too. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, she doesn't feel as though it's even necessary to explain to Sukihana or publicly that she wasn't talking about her for two reasons. Number one, she doesn't feel like Sukihana is even worth it. There's not enough clout there to go back and forth. And two, she don't care about Suki like that. She don't like her like that. And perhaps the bar was for her. So why am I going to clear anything up if it was for you? And then two, why am I going to clear anything up if I don't feel like it's profitable enough for me as a rising artist to reach out and talk to you if, you know, you're a reality TV star that kind of makes music here and there, if that's at least the perception. You get what I'm saying? So JT, you know, but a lot of people say, well, JT, you came at Glorilla, you came at Cardi B, you come at fans on the internet. Well, you know, fans on the internet, that's one thing. Cardi B, Glorilla, I feel like she respects them as her peers. She does not respect Sukihana as her peer. So she's not going to respond to Sukihana because she feels as though Sukihana is not important enough. Which is very nasty, because don't have her at your birthday party if she's not important enough for you to clear up that you weren't talking about her. Because JT, you didn't like when Glorilla came out, and actually you didn't like when I put out that you were slapped at the VMAs. You're upset, you lied, you said I was starting stuff. And you didn't like Glorilla came out with the Yeah Glow and said that she was slapping rap bees and then cleared it up. When she mentioned you in the song, then you came out and said, well, she never cleared up what was going on. So I just feel like it's a little hypocrisy for me that people think that you're talking about Suki, and Suki came directly at you and asked you, was you talking about her? And you said nothing. Now I get it. Maybe perhaps JT is out here thinking, well, I can't cloud my release of this song with drama. I'm not going to address Nicki. I'm not going to address Suki. Let them think that what they want to think. I'm going to be Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm just going to let them dissect the bars. And that's fine. If you're going to let them dissect the bars, then Sukihana, you need to understand that then she was talking to you and she wanted you to feel hit, and she ain't your friend like that. She really don't care about you. Because ain't enough dissecting the bars. If you thought it was cool, then girl, you're not going to let that ride. If anything, you're going to call me privately and be like, girl, that wasn't for you. You know it wasn't for you. Now, some people are saying, well, Sukihana, before she ended up going and asking JT, you know, was it for her? Sukihana went on a passive aggressive rant and was reading JT and saying, you know, some people assumed that it was about JT, and they were saying that, you know, she was alluding to Lil Uzi being a fruitcake. So perhaps the 5 to 10 minute rant before her asking was the song about her, JT kind of felt like, well, girl, you did all of that before you ended up asking me. So girl, I'm not responding to you because you secretly dry read me and my man. So you slightly came for me, and then you asked me, was I coming for you? Instead of just saying, hey, are you talking about me? You read me first. So girl, at that point, I'm not responding to you because you felt like I was talking to you and you dissed me. You dissed me back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's really, really interesting. I don't know if JT will respond. Maybe she'll respond after first week numbers for OK comes out. But you got to watch artists like this, because what they do is when it gets slow for them, then they'll start picking up beefs. You watch it. So once it start getting slow, people ain't really talking about them as much. It's quiet. All of a sudden, she's responding to fans. She's responding to beefs. Then all of a sudden, we're getting the tea. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch that too. Because when things get slow, then all of a sudden, everybody has time to respond. But when they feeling like they on they come up, they don't have time to respond. But that's an interesting characteristic of a person. So watch how people are when they feel like they don't need you. Watch how people treat you when they feel as though they're on a come up. Watch how people treat you when they got some money. Watch how people treat you. JT is in her glowing bag. So right now it's F Suki. I don't respond to her. God forbid JT ever has another moment where she's falling off for selling 6,000 copies. Then all of a sudden, will Suki be at your birthday? Will you be addressing Sukihana? You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I like Suki. I like JT. And, you know, I don't want to see them beef. And I don't want to see them beef because I like both of them. And I just don't want to see them beef because it's not a beef that I think is interesting. You get what I'm saying? While I love Suki and I love JT, I think, you know, to be honest with you, they are on different levels. Suki is more of a reality star that does music, and JT is more of an artist that plays into the reality Twitter world here and there. But JT is more of an artist than Sukihana to me. Sukihana is more of an internet reality TV personality, which is fine. Both doing very well in their lanes. However, this is not a beef I want to see because this is not a clash of any type of titans. I don't see JT and Sukihana ever being at the same place performing on the same stages. Glorilla and JT, yes. Cardi B and JT, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Cardi B is a little bit higher. JT is there, but she's working her way. But they could be in the same place. But, you know, Glorilla and JT could be working on the same stages before I see Cardi B and JT performing on the same stages. You get what I'm saying? JT will perform a little bit earlier. Cardi B definitely will be a headliner till late night. So it is what it is with that. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. Okay. Now, let's get to the main event. Why you guys are here. Well, before we get to that, let me just give you my theory on this real quick. Hold on. Where we at? Oh, not her yet. Okay. Something in this milk isn't clean. I've been trying to pacify it, but you can usually always feel it. If I'm trusting my instinct, Nicki Minaj is pulling away from JT just a little bit. And if I feel as though it's happening, I'm gonna just tell you what I feel like happened. I feel like Nicki Minaj is pulling away from JT because I feel like JT started kind of looking like she's focused on herself, which is fine, but she probably promised Nicki something business wise, and when it came through, the deal, JT reneged on the deal. I think Nicki is in her business mode right now. And I think a lot of Nicki is like, while she's collaborating with girls, she's looking for girls to sign to her label. She's looking for girls to do business with as well. So Nicki Minaj is just not working with female artists just to give you a look. And everybody knows at some point, you know, let's just be clear here. Nicki Minaj working with JT does nothing for Nicki Minaj's brand. Period. JT working with Nicki Minaj, or Nicki Minaj working with JT, does everything for JT's brand. But what ends up happening is Nicki will give you the look, but then when it's time for your payment, and I'm not really talking about financial, like here's a check for $100,000 or here's to, when it's time for you to come and scratch my back, you know, give me some credit on your residuals, sign with me, work with me. You love me. I'm the queen. Let me show you what I can do for you. I've even written for you. No bars. I've written for you. Give me some equity in your business. Then they start saying, "Oh, my team, not really sure. I don't. My team. We just kind of not trying to go that direction right now. We just trying to let the roll out and see before we decide what we want to do." Oh. Then Nicki goes, "Oh, really?" But see, before you hit the buzz, before you got the hit, before you got the clout, it was, yeah, girl, I would let us sign to you. Absolutely. I want to be the first lady of Heavy on It. Then you think about it, you thinking, shit, I don't want to do that. I was just talking, girl. I don't want to do that. Nah, I don't really like what that split look like. I don't like what that feel like. I don't want to do that. And then we start having weird energy. So here's what I'll say. I don't want there to be beef, but I'll be sitting here lying if I told you in my feelings, I mean, something is not right. Now, it's giving me, I'm not really fooling with you right now. They're not really talking right now. I also feel like it's giving Nicki Minaj cussed her smooth out. Went off on her on the phone. That's why JT is not responding. They've already had a conversation behind backstage. The problem is it didn't end well. You get what I'm saying? It ended up in a hang up in my face. So right now they're mad at each other. But Nicki is throwing her subs. JT is paying it because she's focusing on her music and she don't want to look stupid. But they definitely got into an argument and a conversation behind the scenes. Something happened. Now, I don't know if it's completely finito, but it's definitely on rocks right now, energetically. There's a problem between these two. How long it will last, we'll see. I'm hoping it doesn't last that long. I'm hoping they can figure out the legalities and we can all be happy again. But if they don't figure out the legalities, you will see the end of Nicki Minaj and JT, and you mark my words. It will be a wrap. It will be a wrap. If the business doesn't get cleared up and all parties don't get out of this happy, that relationship is done. And listen, you got to understand, the only reason why Nicki is falling out with you, Nicki is not at a point where she's willing to keep falling out with girls just to bring them in and fall out. That's crazy. Who's going to do that? Who's going to want to look like you fall out with everybody? You bring them in, you work with them, you call them the princess, you like them, then they start growing and you fall out with them. Nobody's going to want to do that. That's going to be crazy. But I will fall out with a hoe over my money. And I don't care what the internet or you feel about it. I could have loved her today and I hate her tomorrow if my money ain't right. If you play with my money, you play with my business, off with your head too. We was cool yesterday. We not cool today because the money ain't right. It is what it is. I feel you on it. I get it. I get it. But the problem is, and people didn't want to understand, I told Nicki, but I told her through the phone. The thing is, Nicki Minaj be looking for friends. These women don't want to be your friend. You need to understand, girl, these women don't like you. These women only are trying to work with you because they want a come up. They come in humble. They will do what they have to do. They have to apologize. They will apologize. They'll do these things. And listen, it's rightfully so. But also, these women are not going to want to sign to your label. But I understand Nicki's point. Well, why wouldn't I want a hot girl that I'm coaching? Because let's be clear here. JT went to Nicki Minaj's house, or JT called her after that little Uzi Vert situation at the BET Awards. Remember, follow the timeline. When she was throwing the phone at Ice Spice. Ice Spice had been exiled from the kingdom. JT was brought back in. Nicki got her on the phone, started coaching her, even wrote a little bit for her on No Bars. Started giving her the gifts, the energy, because she saw that JT had what it took, but she needed a little bit of a push. Then the fans obviously come with Nicki Minaj. The record, boom, 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 we cool, super freaky girl. Everything is good. But when it's time to now pay, you don't want to do it. But you took my resources. I shared my fan base. I wrote for you. I coached you. I guided you. I took you in. And of course, Nicki, why would she do all of that for a person that she doesn't want to sign? And for a label to want to sign you, whether you're an artist or a major, mainstream label, you have to have something that label feels like that they're going to recoup their money when they invest it. So I don't think that Nicki Minaj just wants, a bunch of nobodies, mid-tier rappers. It would be great if Nicki Minaj could get a girl that's popping, that has name recognition, followers, beauty, understands the industry a little bit, and sign her, because that's a good look for her. She's trying to find that one that she can really, really mold and give that real look that's already kind of positioned. But the problem is this. Every time the girls get a little bit of oomph, they decide, well, heavy on it ain't big enough for me. That's not the kind of label I want to be on. So then Nicki Minaj ends up feeling slighted. And she's upset. Because she's looking for an artist that's somewhat established, female, to sign. However, she puts this work in. She gives them these looks. They get some momentum. They get a little motion. They all of a sudden don't want to sign no more. So it is what it is. And JT, she's right now, I would just say, JT, do what you can with it. The thing is, JT, the fans like JT. The fans like JT. Do what you can. Keep it quiet, because the minute you mess up, they will turn on you. However, Nicki Minaj, stop bringing these girls in. I'd say just stop working with them until you sign them first, because at the end of the day, what it's going to look like, it's going to look like you are a hater. Even if it's just a business move and these girls are not handling the business right, Nicki is going to look like a hater, because it looks like she falls out with any girl that wants to get beyond the red tape. It feels like as long as you want to stay behind me and don't want to get beside or in front of me and challenge the position, then you're okay. But the minute you want to kind of grow up and step into your own lane, then you become a problem. So Nicki, you should just stop working with these girls. If I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't want to work with Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. And I keep saying, if I was a female rapper, I wouldn't want to work with Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, because it's too political, it's too dangerous, and it's too one-sided. You over here with Cardi B, you can't go over here. You go over here with Nicki Minaj, you're going to be denounced the minute you try to do a Cardi B record. So at the end of the day, do the Sexy Red, bounce around and make sure you have your own fan base and you have another outlet outside of these two women. The reason why Sexy Red is successful, in my opinion, is because she didn't need Nicki Minaj, or once she got Nicki, she moved on and made sure that she had the men. She didn't sit under Nicki Minaj. The men loved Sexy Red. So she gained her own male fan base and supporters. So if Nicki Minaj says F Sexy Red, it doesn't matter, because Sexy Red has a whole fan base over here. Sexy Red is under Drake. You get what I'm saying? But when you play the field between Nicki and Cardi B, it's a dangerous territory for female artists. So for me, if Cardi B, and you got to understand, Cardi B and Nicki are both going to come. If you buzzing, Cardi B gonna act like she on live liking your record. She might need a little bit of momentum because she ain't gonna drop a record. So she gonna try to jump on it. Or then Nicki gonna try to slide in. Come on, get on the remix. Because she gonna try to get in on it. You got to be able to tell them, oh. I wouldn't even tell them no, just miss the email. Because you get in the middle of that, you tore up. Poor Glorilla trying to send bat signals to Nicki saying that, you know, she likes her. But Glorilla, you'll never work with Nicki Minaj. It's over. You get what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. If I was a female artist, I wouldn't even want that kind of trouble. Leave me alone. And Barb's. And I think Nicki gets upset because her fans end up going so hard for these other girls, and then she ends up having to cut them off. But the Nicki Minaj fans, they just do that. That's what comes with having a loyal fan base. They're always going to do that. And it is what it is. But the fans need to understand, while yes, Nicki Minaj is a problem, these other girls are not really true Nicki supporters. Not until you got to see who a person is when they have momentum. JT hasn't had the momentum that she has now, and she's a little bit, you know, in her own world, and it's fine. But that's just what it's given. She's about her, and you can't be mad at that. All right, let's get into I Spice, child. Oh, Nicki Minaj and I Spice, child. I told you guys something in the milk wasn't clean. I told you guys it was something going on. Now, let's get into the receipts first, and then we'll talk about it all. Okay? Because, baby, and share this video, because we're about to get into some things. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I Spice's friend, I don't know who this woman is, but she'll never have a music career either, and she'll never have another friend. I never tell. If I was anybody remotely close to being that woman's friend, I'd try to erase her iPhone, because this woman is messy down. Okay, so I Spice, now this is how you expose. I Spice's former friend Stormy posts messages of I Spice allegedly calling Nicki Minaj ungrateful and delusional. All right, so let's get into it. Ungrateful and delusional is crazy. All right. So let me get into it. So it says, oh, I can't really see it right here. Let me see if I can make my screen bigger. Hold on. I'm sure y'all can see it, but hold on. Okay, let me get closer to my screen. All right. How'd the call in yesterday on a good note? Open-ended again. But then James called me with Nicki's old manager of 11 years and said she was being unfair asking for too much, which is what everyone's been telling me, but it's hard to negotiate with her because she doesn't let people talk like lawyers or James, etc. Just woke up. That's so annoying, bro. Does she just not realize that she's asking for too much? No, she doesn't think so at all. Okay, let me bring my thing down. These are text messages between Ice Spice and her friend in regards to Nicki being a part of Ice Spice's label. So frustrating. Do you think that you guys will be able to come to a compromise? Hopefully, but we're about to put out another record in June for the Barbie World soundtrack, which is an opportunity I brought her. Okay? Because Barbie asked me to do it alone, but since that's her brand, I invited her, and she doesn't even see that as me bringing her something. She's kind of like my mom, ungrateful and delusional. I cut her off, by the way, not speaking to her until January. Okay? Okay. Let's start there. This is a lot to unpack. Let's start there. Wow. Hold on. Grab it. Wow. That's a lot. So I told you guys before that this was Ice Spice's song, but Ice Spice, being strategic, felt, let me bring Nicki in because I wouldn't get the same amount of feedback for Barbie and not bringing Nicki onto the Barbie World soundtrack. It just would be weird. But it was, Barbie reached out to Ice Spice first because Ice Spice had the momentum. They did not reach out to Nicki first, is what I had heard. Okay? So Nicki's been asking for too much, according to Ice Spice, probably with the same thing with JT. Nicki wants too much of the publishing. But she says that Nicki Minaj is ungrateful and delusional. Now, Ice Spice, here's the thing. I understand your team feeling like, you know, you had some power, but Ice Spice is the epitome of counting her eggs before they hatch. Ice Spice has a messy management and they just does not know how to move, and this is the goal. This is proof. Because Ice Spice first came out on Cardi B's Boinka. Loving Cardi B. Nicki reached out and got on the Princess Diana remix. Then all of a sudden she was the biggest Nicki Minaj fan. Ice Spice cannot be trusted because she has no loyalty to anybody. And she secretly is in competition with everybody. So this also goes back to what I was trying to tell you guys about Cardi B and every other girl. Ice Spice wants her spot. Ice Spice wants the Nicki spot. Ice Spice has grown big-headed because of her fame and her celebrity. Just because she's 21, 22 does not mean she's humble. She thinks she's better than she. And whoever that she is, Ice Spice thinks that she is that girl. For me, if you ask me, Ice Spice it has gotten quiet for Ice Spice. Is Ice Spice talented? Sorta. Does she make good songs? Yes. Could she do better performance-wise? Yes. Is her look a bunch of mashed potatoes with no gravy? Very bland. However, to sit here and give as though that Nicki Minaj is ungrateful to you is crazy. Nicki Minaj does not need Ice Spice, and Nicki Minaj did not need Barbie's World. So I think that was a bit of a reach and a stretch for Ice Spice, and it goes to show that she was really completely feeling herself. Ice Spice's problem is this, and this is the reason why I feel like Sexy Red was able to come in and surpass her, at least in the hood. Maybe not numbers-wise, but people are not checking for Ice Spice like they was. Ice Spice was too cocky and too arrogant too soon. Ice Spice and her team, they came out, they was wanting only big features. Nicki's, Drake's, this. Taylor's, this. And so when you had, and I'm just figuratively speaking, when you had the Moneybag Yo's reaching out, when you had the DaBabies reaching out, when you had the mere tier girls wanting to do collabs, when you had the Sexy Reds reaching out, that wasn't your angle. You only wanted to go straight here. You only wanted to go to the top first. So then there's nowhere to double back. So the streets didn't really with Ice Spice, because she didn't know how to hit the street. She was only trying to go triple A-list celebrity. Instead of hitting everybody and really building a fan base, she thought she was too good for any and everybody. She was too good for a Moneybag Yo. She's too good for DaBaby. She's too good. Now, I only took, if it ain't Drake or Taylor or Nicki or Kendrick Lamar or, I don't do it. And so now when it's a little bit quieter for you, it's harder for you to double back because these people are like, girl, please. So Sexy Red was able to come in, and now the streets love Sexy because she's all through our radios with a million collabs. Ice Spice was cherry picking each and every collab where it's like, well, there's so far few in between, and the momentum just eventually fizzled out. Then you played this ping pong game between you and Nicki Minaj, and it wasn't between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. and it wasn't genuine. So you really don't truly have Cardi B support because you embarrassed Cardi B because Cardi B did the Munch remix. You stopped shouting her out. You went to her birthday party. You acted funny with Cardi B. Hopped on Nicki's D's naive. Then now you texted Nicki being messy with her. Then you went back to Cardi B. Then you secretly taking pictures at the Met Gala with Cardi B. Then you come over here when you're not mad. You cut Nicki off. It's just a mess. So this is why, again, you shouldn't have got yourself in the messy middle of the two. Now, for Nicki, you can't expect these girls to want to give you all of their publishing. That's not right either. Because if I'm Ice Spice, I'm not giving you all of my damn publishing either. I don't care if I work with you or not. And if you're going to sit here and yell at me and talk to me crazy, then girl, I'm not going to talk to you. So cut me off. Because I've got many messages. Actually, you guys would even be surprised. Some of these people have called me crying in tears at 7 a.m. about how Nicki Minaj has berated them, cursed them out, belittled them over the phone. She has to learn how to talk to people and let people talk. She gets very nasty when she's upset. So, Nicki, you got to do better in your communication as well. Everything is not everybody else's fault either, in my opinion. Because I've gotten personal phone calls at 7 a.m. about people, and literally, I remember this woman called me literally crying because I won't go into details what she said, Nicki said, because you guys will put it together, and I promised her I wouldn't say anything. But she called me crying to the point where she was ready to fight her. Girl. And she told Nicki, bitch, pull up. I'm like, oh my God. Mind you, I'm over here gagging. I'm like, girl, is this really on my phone right now? And mind you, I'm 7 a.m. Hello? They're like, yes. Wow. I'm like, oh, girl. She's like, I'm like, girl, what? And you said what? Then she just broke down in tears. I'm like, girl, please do not do this. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, is this person on the phone crying right now? What did she say? This is crazy. Y'all won't believe it, but it really happens. I swear to God on my life, on my mama. I put that on everything. God, kill me right now. I swear to God, it happened. I have no reason to lie to you. I swear to God, it happened to me. I put that on my life right now. I'm over here gagging like, girl, what? Nicki Minaj has said some nasty things. Nicki Minaj has destroyed female rappers. I've heard stories about female rappers going to meet some. I can't really get into too much, but some of the female rappers that went to Nicki Minaj's house, allegedly she had told them, "You're never going to make it." Girl. All right, I'm gonna stop drinking. Nicki, you gotta chill. Because you be hurting these people. Told that poor woman she was never going to make it. Child, that is a mess. She told that girl, she said rap. The girl didn't remember. She said, oh yeah, you're never going to make it. While she was in the house. She was at her house and she told her, you're never going to make it. Like, girl, what? Girl, I can't tell you. You know I can't tell you. I can't tell you. If it ever comes out, girl, remember I told you this story, though. If there's ever an interview about a girl doing an interview about being at another rapper's house and that rapper telling them that they were never going to make it, refer back to this video. And that's how we'll do that. So oh, you asked me, did the girl make it? She's trying. I don't know if but I wouldn't technically call her. I mean, well, Anyway, where was I at? Cause child, it was just I got on a tangent, and I just really have to remember that I cannot go on these tangents like this. These tangents get crazy. Okay, let me drink some water because these tangents get crazy. I just start talking about these tangents get crazy. So spooked and nervous. But anyway, so back to this. So Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj. So we'll get back into it. So boom, they had the Barbie World thing, right? So mind you, word on the carpet is Lil Birdie flew out and said a little things. Now apparently so remember, Ice Spice said she had cut Nicki Minaj off. They ended up working together on the Barbie's World. They had that coming on. So this makes sense now why I had heard that Nicki Minaj went slapped off on the Barbie World set. Ice Spice is afraid. This is all alleged. She goes off. Allegedly. Nicki doesn't want to be in any shoots with her. You notice a lot of the stuff is green screen. There's not a lot of them in the video together. Nicki like, I'm not filming with this. You got me up. You get this bitch out of my face. Allegedly. I'm not filming with this bitch. Ice Spice in the corner like this. It's a mess. She goes off on the set. Allegedly. Clicks out. Didn't even want to be next to Ice Spice. Didn't want to film with her. Didn't even look at her. It was a mess. Sources are saying. So you notice it got kind of quiet after that. They was promoting, but girl, that Barbie World video shoot was a mess. Because they had got back together, had to shoot, and they were having this conversation. But it was really, Nicki and Ice Spice's team was just not seeing eye to eye with the money. See what I'm hearing in the street. Don't take my word for it, but girl, that's why I heard what I heard. Now, girl, I haven't lied yet, but, it is what it is. It's still all alleged. I don't know, but, girl, my sources never lie. And let me tell you something. If that's wrong, well, tell me what actually happened, because something did happen. So something happened on the Barbie World set. They fell out. They got into it. Ice Spice didn't really want to get into like a battle, is what I'm hearing. Like, she didn't really want to be confrontational, but Nicki just wasn't having it. So the shooting of the video was completely awkward. And everybody around was a little bit awkward, but it eventually, obviously, they ended up doing the video shoot and ended up moving on. But that was kind of the end of that relationship. The finito final finish. They tried to kind of act cool later on, but it was if you look back at the time, it was a few weeks. Then Ice Spice came back, hey Nicki. She tried, but Ice was still playing the game because she had the barbs. You remember? She still, Ice Spice is not dumb. But Nicki gets unhinged because she doesn't give a because at this point, she's like, well, you're using my fans. And the thing is, Nicki can't just come out and say, Carr, we don't use her. Stop talking to her. Carr, we can't do that because then she'll look crazy. So Ice Spice took a page out of Doja Cat's book, and because her team is very calculated, they're like, hey, it's been a little quiet. Go show Nicki some love. And Ice Spice didn't really want to beef with her. But now from these text messages, we see Ice Spice already kind of feeling like, girl, I don't like her. But Ice Spice has to play the games because she's now beefing with Lotto. She's picked her Nicki Minaj side. It's kind of iffy with Cardi B. But then you'll notice during that time, Ice Spice started kind of coming back over to Cardi liking pictures. Anytime you seen Ice Spice coming back over to Cardi B, it's because her and Nicki have fell out. You know what I'm saying? Let me take a quick super chat. Love you, Armon. You look great. Thank you, Chrissy Cross, for the super chat. So yeah, so the hot tea is they had got into it at the Barbie World premiere. I talked about it. I mean, the Barbie World video shoot. It was a mess. Nicki went off. Didn't want to film with Ice Spice. Didn't want to be in a lot of shots. So if you go back and look at the video, there's not really many moments with them together. Go look at the video. If anything, it's green screen, but it's not many moments of them like really interacting, because she didn't want to be around her. She was pissed, but it was business. And it was bigger than, Mattel is huge. So you don't want to play with that kind of budget. You don't play with that money. It's bigger than hip hop. It's bigger than female rap beef. It's bigger than an Ice Spice Nicki collab. Mattel is Mattel. Barbie is Barbie. You get in line and you focused. You don't like her, you don't care. You get that bag, you get that check, and you get that look. That is a dream. At that moment, that was a dream. That was a dream for Nicki Minaj come true. You see what I'm saying? Mattel is bigger than Nicki Minaj. Barbie is bigger than Nicki Minaj. The moment was bigger than Nicki Minaj's ego and Ice Spice. Be very clear. Okay? You get what I'm saying? So that's how that went. Now, let's continue on with the text messages that has allegedly came out. Y'all, this is a mess. This is a mess. It's so ghetto. And y'all, listen, it's Cinco de Mayo weekend, so we chilling today. Wow. Okay, let's continue on. And listen, I need my 35 cents for them superhead kids. Hold on, let me do that right now. Because I'm spilling all this tea, child. This is why we're not going to do no lies. Because, girl, y'all do not be sending my 35 cents. Cash at $sign Armon the Riggs. Or you guys can send your 39 cents via Super Chat. Come on, we need that to keep the live streams going. Hold on. Okay. Ice Spice then go to say, did she do more? Or do you just feel that that's what's best? No, it's that plus she wants publishing from all my songs, including third-party writing competitions, to anything I write for other people or any songs I get on. Mind you, I had a Taylor Swift collab before I had a Nicki one. Okay? And basically, she said what she's saying, because she keeps saying, oh, when Wayne was signing me, I didn't question, blah, blah, blah. But me and her are in two different places in our career when that happened. Like, I'm already signed, so why would I work backwards? And nah, it's just necessary. Like, she gaslights me too much. I gotta love her from a distance for my mental health. But mind you, we wanted to pay Nicki her artist fee. Yes, 100%. I think she's jealous that I own all of my masters because she said, James, you think you the man and think you cool in the interview? I don't know why she mentioned that. What? And James said that I said I own my masters in the Billboard interview. It's giving jealous 100%. It's actually sad. She's showing it so much. Like my mom wanting to rap. Ooh. Wow. The text messages are text messages. Let me pull up that interview. Let me go to YouTube. Hold on, chat. Hold on. We have to get into some things. I need my super. Let me see where she. What is that she was talking about, real quick? We're gonna pull that up since I got a little time. We're gonna pull that up. Ice Spice, Vogue, interview. Was it Vogue? I can't pull up the whole thing. Send me my coins because, baby, they gonna flag me.
And I got this pretty calm beat. So yeah, I'm ready.
Hold on. Hold on. We trying to pull it up right now. I'm trying to figure out where it was at.
Hey British Vogue, it's Ice Spice, and this is what's in my bag.
No, that's not it either. Where is that interview with Ice Spice? Ice Spice talks come up. Hold on. Where was that? Oh, Billboard. There we go. Hold on, let me find that. Yes, that's where it was at. This is a mess. Oh, here we go.
Ask for more.
Is this it?
And stuff like that, and then I just felt like 10K in Capital was the good fit for me.
You don't want to just take any deal and deal.
Oh, here we go. This is the manager right here. Look.
This came to her. You know, there was production deals, 360 deals, but it was deals that I know that it can be better. And in order to get a better deal, you have to go out and do it yourself. And that comes with us putting, money where our mouth is. And we did that with Munch.
Okay. Let me see.
We rolled it out independently ourselves. And we leveraged the success and the hype around that. And we got the best deal. Now she owns her masters.
Oh, that was where she said, so that was the part where Nicki felt away, allegedly.
And we leveraged the success and the hype around that. And we got the best deal. Now she owns her masters. She owns her publishing. And not a lot of people can say that.
I'm still learning a lot, to be honest.
And so she's alleging that Nicki Minaj is jealous about that and mentioned to him that, oh, James, you think you the ish because of that interview. The receipts are receipting. Okay? The receipts are receipting. Wow. It's a mess. So here's the thing. Nicki cannot be upset if people are trying to negotiate and the deals are not what they feel like they should be. Just because, see, here's the problem. Here's the thing too. And I'm going to have to whack Nicki a bit. I do have to whack Nicki a bit. Nicki Minaj. Don't work with these girls if you feel as though they shouldn't question you. Because you've been a big figure on claiming your master, your writing, your this, your that. If you feel a way that this girl had questions and didn't want to give you all this money and she was already signed, don't be upset, and that does not make her a user, especially if you're not allowing her to talk. Everybody is not going to jump at the opportunity because you are Nicki Minaj. At some point, they are living their own career. So I think that's a little bit arrogant and narcissistic to believe because you are Nicki and you did a music video with me that I shouldn't ask any questions. And you want profits off of all work that I've done and all collaborations that I've done, and I probably would have said no to. The problem is this, Nicki, when you're getting an established artist like Ice Spice, now when it comes to JT and things like that, these girls are going to have certain stipulations, so you're going to have to lessen the guardrails. Like, you can't have so much access. You can't hold on to everything. If you want everything, you go find a bitch off of Instagram and you build her. You don't go find somebody that's already charting or already have some momentum and then try to bring them in as if you discovered them. The problem is Nicki probably approached Ice Spice as if she discovered her. Now, let me tell you something, Nicki. You discovered JT more than you discovered Ice Spice. So I understand your strife with JT. And now with this Ice Spice thing, I'm going to go ahead and confirm JT and Nicki Minaj just falling out because JT ain't signed that contract. That's what that's giving to me. But I'll say this. Ice Spice was already established on the come up. You didn't discover her. You go play that game with London Hill. You're not going to get everything out of me just because you gave me a music video. I've already had viral records. So it's not going to work like that either, Nicki. Like, it's no shade. And I'm not a user either. I'm just also not a dummy. Does that make sense? I'm not an idiot. Now, if you go find some chick off of Instagram, you build her up, you chop her hair up, you put her in all black and give her the all CNI, and she becomes a Billboard charting 100 type of bitch, then you go ahead and take everything from her. But you're not finna take everything from me because, girl, quiet as it's kept, a part of you wanting to get onto my record is because I was already on your radar because I was already going viral. You didn't discover me. So I'm not going to give you all that. So I'm with you on that. Ice Spice, it's no shade. It is what it is. Like, if we're going to talk and we're going to be fair, we got to be fair. We got to be real. Not doing that. That's crazy. I'm not doing that. At all. You know what I'm saying? But Ice Spice, you know, she's young, so she's trying to play both sides, but that's where it looks messy for Ice Spice. And so, child, this is where we are. Shout out to the 5,800 people in the chat. Let me read some of you guys' questions in the chat. Somebody, Saturn, thank you for the $20 super chat. Let me see. Some of the other chats say, let me see what people are saying. Hold on, y'all. Can we get to 6,000 and I'll keep going? Somebody said, you've been told us, shout out to RGM, said, you've been told us this month ago, Nicki and Ice Spice was into crazy. Now, months later, we are revisiting this topic crazy because you've been telling us. Yes. So I've been telling you guys about this stuff. I told you guys about the Megan Thee Stallion stuff. Okay, now which brings me to Megan Thee Stallion. And we talked about this in another video, but I want to talk about it again. Can we just talk about the beefs? I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion real quick. I have to bring Megan Thee Stallion up. I wish Megan Thee Stallion would have responded to Nicki Minaj. I said this in another video, but I wish Megan Thee Stallion would have gave Nicki Minaj that moment. Because remember there was a day where you felt like, okay, I can't go against this artist. I can't battle this artist. I can't beef with this artist because it's going to affect my career. At this point, I feel as though beef ignites the career and it's celebrated. The men are doing it, so unfortunately, the women and the gays and everybody behind them can follow. Men, the straight heterosexual men lead the pack. Once it's okay for them, it's okay for us. So at the end of the day, when you got two titans like Drake and Kendrick going head to head, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj called you out for that moment, and I wish Megan Thee Stallion would have gave her that moment because that would have been two female titans, and honestly, that would have solidified Megan Thee Stallion as the baddest in the game who went head to head with Nicki that can actually compete. While Remy Ma went into the ring and battled, Remy Ma was missing a few things. Remy Ma was missing the star power, the look. She had been in jail for over 7 years. Remy Ma was on her last leg of her run. Megan Thee Stallion is younger, cute, and can compete with Nicki Minaj. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion really missed out on a moment, especially for us, not getting in that ring with Nicki Minaj. And I understand why she didn't, because, you know, she had to promote her record, but I wish she would have gotten that ring for us because that would have been a huge one for hip hop because we hadn't seen that yet. And, you know, the last time we seen Nicki beefing with a woman, it was with Cardi B, and that wasn't a real beef because that beef was about numbers and stats and followers and social media BS, and Cardi B was never going to get into the ring. That just would never be a real match. So they had to do a different type of battle, you know, Grammys and #1 records and plaques and, you know, all of that stuff. But I feel like Nicki is due for a rap battle. and Megan Thee Stallion can give her that rap battle. And I want to see Megan Thee Stallion whack Nicki Minaj. Period. Megan Thee Stallion needs to whack her, and I'm here for it. There's nobody else in the game right now that can really put the pen to the paper and give Nicki that work like Megan Thee Stallion. Period. I've been saying that. So yeah, I wish Megan would have gave her that, because I feel like Megan is the only girl that can go toe to toe with her. All right, yeah. So y'all, we've been on here an hour. We might do a Twitter space. Oh, we are at 5,900. Can we get to 6,000? Shout out to you all. Shout out to all the super chats and the members. Thank you for all you do. Shout out to Shelby Alvarez. You're the best. All right. You know what? Before we get out of here, like I want to say, shout out to everybody that is doing their 60-day cleanse. That 60-day cleanse is good. Shout out to everybody that's been on this channel. We're going to be doing more. I haven't dropped them yet, but we're going to be doing more manifestation videos, more empowerment, self-development empowerment videos on top of the female rap videos. Also, we're going to be getting into our flipping our cards, and our tarot readings and our celebrity readings. I don't. The celebrity readings get crazy because I just didn't want to do too much, because last time, remember, Nikki blocked me because I did the celebrity reading. So I was like, I don't want to offend them. So I might just do generals for the people that they resonate with and they resonate with. But, you know, thank you guys all for watching me on Fox Soul. I'm loving it over there. And so just be prepared. And for those people that are really on their self-empowerment, I have a new video coming out talking about the little things. A lot of times we focus on, you know, when we have successful friends or strong friends, we don't know what to buy them. We don't know what to get them. We don't know how to treat them to lunch. We don't know what to do for them for Christmas and birthdays. And sometimes it's the little things, because they do need to know that you care about them and they need to feel appreciated too. So I'm going to do a video on that. And I'm just going to do a lot more videos on how to manifest your reality. But we're also going to get into the mess too. So I just want y'all to know we're here. We're getting into it. And shout out to each and every one of you guys that's still doing our 60-day cleanse. I'm doing another 60-day cleanse July 1st. So if you guys want to get in on it with me, let me know. July 1st, I'm doing a 60-day cleanse. So yes, there's that. And with that being said, I love you all. I'll see you on the next video. And meet me on Spaces right now. Meet me on Twitter Space. Oh, I have a new song coming out. It's not done yet. It's called I Will. It's giving more R&B vibes. So we have new music coming out as well. It's called I Will. It's going to be fun. I'm trying to see if I'm going to have my boy feature on it or not, depending on if he wants to. But we're dropping a song this year. I'm excited for it. It's a cute little vibe. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's called I Will. And yeah, so we're working on that. It's going to get recorded and it's going to drop this year. It'll be out before Cardi B's album. So be ready. And I want you guys to stream it and support it. Like, here's the thing when it comes to my songs. I ain't trying to be Drake. I ain't trying to be Nicki. I just like it for y'all to like it, because I really honestly make music to listen to because I like to vibe to it. So I've been doing that, and it's fun for me. I like listening to beats when I'm off of here too. So when I'm not reading my damn self-empowerment books and watching those YouTubes, I'm like listening to beats and make a song. So, I will see you guys over there, and I want you guys to stream it, because they always be hating on us with our streams. So listen to our streams. It's a vibe, and a lot of you guys have been requesting more songs, so I'm going to give you guys that too. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to see you on Twitter right now. So if you're not on Twitter, let me put my Twitter profile so you guys can follow me on Twitter right now, because I'm going to do a quick spaces if you guys want to chat. So here's my Twitter profile. So click that so you guys can come into the spaces. Okay? So click that right now. We're going to do a quick spaces, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. Peace out.